The top stories. Special constable appears in court on drugs charges. Some Nigerian students deny they have an accommodation problem. And we take in St Jude sports. Welcome to Nation News for Thursday, January the 29th, 2015.
No matter where you are in the world, at home or abroad, Nation News keeps you connected with what's happening in Barbados through our website, video newscast, and online e-papers. So stay connected with Nation News. Your time, your way.
A special constable, his brother and a businessman were remanded to prison when they appeared in court earlier on drugs charges. Several police officers packed the courtroom to see the start of the case involving 37-year-old part-time constable Jimmy Thorne, his 32-year-old brother Jamal Thorne, and 37-year-old Ross Ashton. The special constable was not required to plead to the charge of possession of cannabis before acting magistrate Alliston Seal, and he was remanded to Dodds until next week. He and his brother pleaded not guilty to a second charge of trafficking and possession with intent to supply. They will return to court on those charges also next week. Mr. Ashton, a businessman, also pleaded not guilty to acts preparatory for the purpose of trafficking. Police nabbed the suspects after officers intercepted a car occupied by the brothers on Sunday and reported finding 12 pounds of cannabis in the trunk. The saga involving the Nigerian students has taken a new twist. The students now appear to be splitting into factions. 5 of them told Nation News those who had been complaining about conditions at the Casa Grande Hotel in St Philip were in the minority, and the majority of students had no problem with their accommodation. One said the hotel was even better than the one the group stayed at in Trinidad. Speaking from the car park opposite the Oldbury Hotel, spokesman Omadia Ifianyi threw support behind organizer Donna St Hill and castigated his fellow students for allegedly trying to sabotage the program. The students from Nigeria's Delta State are here to study at the community college.
It is unfortunate that some few people among us who claim to represent the entire interest of the students are doing such at the expense of their own interests. We do not permit them, we don't know what they are up to, we don't know who sent them, but we are representative of our government. As the governor of Delta State government, Dr. Emmanuel Odoa, and the deputy governor has assured us that the program will be successful if we will come and clear the air that all the accusations put on the government of Delta State and the person who has been running this program here, Donna St Hill, has been innocent in the issue of the finance, in the issues of the accommodation. Our deputy governor had to come in. He flew in from Nigeria to clear this issue, that the government is trying to resolve a lot of issues on ground, and that we should no longer go and give negative impression in the press. And today we are here to clear some of those issues that have kept a lot of us students hostage from proceeding from our academic sections. Those students who have been giving negative information in the media are not representing the entire students.
Okay. Prime Minister Frendel Stewart has again said that the government will not be interfering with the country's fixed exchange rate. He gave the assurance on Wednesday while addressing the Chamber of Commerce luncheon at the Hilton Hotel.
For the last 40 years, we have defended this exchange rate with all the vigor at our command. We've done so because in good times and in bad, this exchange rate has served us well. Those who blithely and glibly argue that our currency is overvalued have not been able to show us how devaluation has improved spectacularly the situation of those of our neighbors who have pursued that course. I've certainly heard no argument credible enough to persuade me that it is a course of action to which we should have resort.
There were no classes at Alexandra School after smoke from a nearby rubbish fire drifted into the premises. Deputy Principal June Brown told Nation News that it was around 20 to 9 that the smoke started to affect the students and teachers, and everyone was then moved to the western side of the compound. School officials monitored the situation until lunchtime, then decided to suspend classes for the rest of the day. Local and Caribbean calypso acts may soon be more visible in Germany and the rest of Europe. Following a 6-day trip to Berlin, the German capital, for the inaugural Calypso in Berlin program from January the 13th to 19th, efforts are now underway for the 4 Bajan acts and 2 from St. Lucia to return to Germany in August for a Calypso festival. Red Plastic Black Blood, Punka, and Charles D. Lewis represented Barbados, and they performed with the German Calypso group called Lord Mouse and the Calypso Cats. The friendship between Barbados and China will be celebrated next month during the Fish and Dragon Festival, which will be held in the environs of the Central Bank. The festival is an initiative of the Barbados-China Friendship Association, the Embassy of China, and the bank. Festival director is Tanika Seeley.
The festival has a number of components: education, arts, culinary arts, performing arts, and in the performing arts area we have the wonderful Tianjin Cathay Future Children's Group, who are coming all the way from China to perform for the audience. The festival is free. There are many different components in it. There's an educational seminar on the 19th. We start with education first, obviously. There is a wellness seminar happening on the morning of the 20th. There's a film festival happening on the 20th as well. And then there's a big, wonderful celebration that starts at 8 o'clock in the morning on the 21st and goes right through to the evening with that big gala show where you see the Tianjin Cathay Children's Group and some of the most amazing performers in Barbados, tumblers, stilt walkers, you name it, and we're building a big platform for a collaborative grand show. I won't say too much about it, but that's what's going on.
In sport, our primary school track and field stop is at St Jude's, who took to the greens playing field to continue their preparations for the upcoming national championships. The outstanding performers were Alika Harewood among the girls. She won the Victrix Lou Durham on 40 points, and among the boys it took Shamari Greenwich 28 points to gain the Victor Lou Durham. Watts were the house winners, Curtin were second, and Reefer third. And finally, British police released CCTV footage of a woman recorded standing up from a wheelchair and walking around a store while shoplifting. Police said the woman came into the Marks and Spencer food store in Coventry in the English Midlands with a male accomplice pushing her around in a wheelchair. But the security cameras caught her getting up from the chair to conceal items under her coat. Police said the man also took items from the store, concealing them in the woman's backpack. The thieves made off with about $270 Barbados worth of packaged meat. Police said they were hoping the video will lead to tips from the public to help identify the suspects. And that's Nation News for Thursday. For more, log on to nationnews.com as well as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And please pick up your Weekend Nation on Friday or subscribe to our e-paper.